Chapter 3 On Jackson's Island. The summer holidays came, and there was no school. Tom didn't want to think about Muff Potter and Injun Joe, but it wasn't easy. At night, when he was in bed, he saw Injun Joe's face in the dark, and he couldn't sleep. But he couldn't talk to anyone about it. One hot summer's day, he and Joe Harbour were down by the Mississippi River. They sat, watched the boats, and fished and talked. "Let's get away from here," said Tom suddenly. "Let's go and do something exciting somewhere." "Okay," said Joe. "But what? And where?" "I know," Tom said. "Let's run away. Let's go and live on Jackson's Island. We can sleep out under the trees." Jackson's Island was in the Mississippi, 3 miles south of St. Petersburg. Nobody lived there. "Let's ask Huck Finn too," said Tom. "But don't tell your mother or father or anyone. Go home and get some things to eat, and meet me here at midnight." So that night 3 boys in a small boat went down the river to Jackson's Island. They had some bread and some meat, and Huck had his pipe too. When they got there, they carried everything onto the island and made a fire under a big old tree. Then they cooked some of the meat over the fire, and oh, that meat was good! The best dinner in the world. Soon they stopped talking, their eyes closed, and they slept. The next morning, Tom woke up with the sun on his head and a smile on his face. Then Huck and Joe woke up, and the 3 boys ran down to the river to swim. After that, they fished, and soon they had about 6 big fish for their breakfast. They cooked their fish on the fire and ate them all. They were very hungry. "That," said Joe happily, "was a wonderful breakfast." After breakfast, they walked through the island, swam some more, talked, fished, and swam again. They came back to their fire in the afternoon. Suddenly, Tom looked up and said, "Listen, can you hear boats?" They listened, and then ran across the island to look down the river. There were 20 or more boats on the water. Every boat in St. Petersburg was out. "What are they doing?" asked Joe. "They're looking for a dead body, I think," said Huck. "They did that last summer when Bill Turner fell in the river and drowned." "Who's dead, do you think?" asked Joe. The boys watched the boats. Suddenly, Tom cried, "I know who's dead! It's us! They're looking for us!" This was wonderful. Tom looked at his friends. "We're famous," he said. "Everybody in St. Petersburg is talking about us, and they all feel sorry for us." Night came, and the boys went to sleep. But Tom did not sleep, and when morning came, he wasn't there. "Huck, where's Tom?" cried Joe. "I don't know," Huck began. "But look, there he is. He's swimming across to the island now." "Hey, Tom!" At breakfast, Tom told his story. "I went home last night," he said, "and listened at the window. Joe, your mother was there too, and she and Aunt Polly cried and cried. I heard some very interesting things. On Sunday, there is going to be a big funeral at the church. For us. And listen, I've got a wonderful idea." Huck and Joe listened and laughed. And yes, it was a wonderful idea. That night, the boys cooked some more fish, and after dinner, Huck got out his pipe and began to smoke. "Can we smoke too?" asked Tom. "I want to learn." So Huck made pipes for Tom and Joe, and the three boys sat and smoked. "Hey, I like smoking," said Tom. "It's easy." "It's nothing," said Joe. "I'm going to smoke every day." But after 10 minutes, Tom and Joe got quieter and quieter, and their faces went an interesting color. "I'm going for a long walk now," said Tom. He stood up carefully and walked away into the trees. "Me too," said Joe quickly. The two boys came back an hour later, but they didn't smoke their pipes again.